In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
Bitch. There. Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. Was unmuted only for a second. It's the very first spooky Friday of October, where we're getting super spooky because it's October, and that's what we do now. That's what we do now. Because guess what? Sometimes you get sick of the same old shit. You got to do something different once in a while. Sometimes you got to, just like, woo, that's what we're doing. So deal with it or don't deal with it. But even if you don't deal with it, I'm going to need you to deal with it for me. How's it going, everybody? Just got back from the longest birthday party of ever. It was a 3-hour-long birthday party at the bowling alley for a kiddo. Thought it was going to be like an hour and a half. Turned out to be much longer than that. That's why I'm a few minutes late. I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. But I came home and I was like, I don't have nothing set up at all. Freaking out. But we're here. We're here. Everything's fine. Everything's good. And I'm just happy. I'm just happy. I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy guy. Cue the spooky music. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You don't need it that loud, though. You can crank her down. There we go. Hopefully all of you are doing wonderful. Let me know. Who's in chat? What are you drinking? Let me say hello to some folks. We got Christian in the house first. Can't wait to see what spirits from the grave Matt digs up. Oh, I dug up some spirits from the grave. All right. I did it. I did it hard. I did it so hard. Let's see. Randall Erickson, what's going on? It's time for some boobin'. That's right, Randall. Hit the thumbs up, everybody, please. Some gentleman said that. Look at that guy. What a nice guy. My mom is in the house. Hi, Mom. Jason Kobe. Frig, Jason. Oh, I love you, man. Kitchen Clock is here. Tim Romero. Gerald Romine. Mr. Crazy Pops is here. R. Elwood is in the house. Alec or Multiple is here. Alex is here. Joel the Sample Guy. What's happening? Lake City Barbecue. Man, I said 2 minutes. Was I close? Probably not. Probably not. That's all right. Totally fine. Punctuality, yeah. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you can't help it, okay? It's his best trait. Damn it. You're really having I can't, sometimes you just have to wait and let your child win. And you're like, 20 more minutes, and then it turns into an hour and a half. Dr. Pepper Zero for tonight. Oh, I love Dr. Pepper Zero. Love it. Mike Myers, break out the bowling pin bottle. You're doing it, or you want me to do it? Because, suppose tonight for suffering. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Frank Casano sipping Ancient Indiana. It's a Barrel King batch. Yummy, yummy. Derek, what's going on? ADHD Whiskey Natural Barrel Pick. Nice. Thank you for the support. Got word yesterday that the Jack Daniels barrels are in, so that's going to be a special treat this fall for patrons. A big old Tennessee, I call it a bourbon. Deal with it. Barrel strength bourbon and kind of a shorter barrel of rye, but they're going to be amazing. How's St. Louis? We'll get to St. Louis. Let me say hello to everybody first. Jeez. Gosh. Just kidding. It was great, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So I didn't even How's Remus 9? I haven't had it yet. I haven't had it. Has anyone else had it? I think I've seen some reviews on it. I've seen some reviews. This is what we're doing tonight. I dug up some whiskeys that don't exist anymore for one reason or another. I dug them up from the grave, and it was a lot more work than I thought. Some cobwebs were involved. Had to like tip a guy $5 for late night access. Had to buy a shovel from Walmart. I had to buy a second one because the first one was a piece of shit and it broke. Damn, they don't make those shovels anymore. You have to go to a real store for a quality shovel. Anyway, I dug up some quality or not so quality whiskeys that no longer exist, and we'll get into those. But how we kick these live streams off typically is by digging into a deep grave that's 6 feet below. And by 6 feet below, I mean it's on the floor from where I'm sitting. And I'll open that and I'll rummage around in it and I'll pull out a sample and I'll blind review it. So let's get to it and open it. Open it first. Open it. Opened it. Now, gotta trust me. There's a bunch. I'm not looking in there. Got one. I knocked over a bunch to get one. I'll have to pick them up later. We don't like having sample bottles tipped sideways because some of them have like paper inserts that get nasty. All right. America. There it is. All right. Hand in focus. Oh, crap. It's dark. Didn't think this through with this light. Oh, there. Hand in focus and opening. Can you guys see it? Should be in focus. I don't know. If you can see it, no spoilers. If you can't see it, then we'll find out together at the end. But no spoilers in chat. Putting the light down and I'm putting this inside this big yellow cup for later. I don't want to cover up the pumpkin. All right. First taste of whiskey for the day. Giving it the old SJ, the spooky job, the old swirl job, the old SJ. Look at it go. Oh, so spooky. I can't help it. I'm in the Halloween mood. I don't know. I might dress up as Shrek for Halloween, which requires not a lot. Just requires me to like eat bugs. That's about it. All right. Color on it looks fairly dark. A fairly dark color. Let's go in for a nose. Ooh. Smells nice. Buttery. Berries and butter. Like a berry butter compote. Whatever. I don't know what a compote is. I shouldn't have said that. Sometimes you say words that sometimes I can't think of words, and sometimes I say words that I don't even have any. Like, what was a compote? We're watching baking shows, like British baking shows, and then some other cooking shows, and I think I know what things are, and I don't. Raspberries? Yes. Sweet. A little florality in there too, kind of like, I don't know, like one of those flowers that has it's got like petals on it. It's like a petaled flower. Yeah. Like those really fancy, super nice flowers that you get for when you are trying to impress somebody and you need to go all out. They're like called carnations or something. Yeah. It smells like a nice the thing that you pin crochet. That's not it. Croissant. No, boy. Corsage. I didn't even need to call anybody. I thought of it myself. Corsage. Like in Harry and the Hendersons when he eats the girl's corsage. And she's like, he ate my corsage. And he's like, oh. I love that movie. It's a good movie. Oh, wait. I put my nose a little bit deeper into this glass, this deep dark glass, and ooh, there's something happening here. It's almost getting like more like darker fruity as we go. Who's sexting me at this hour? My babe. What's up, babe? Sign up for Savannah Banana lottery ticket when you get the chance. Only your stuff, though I did mine. Okay. Where was I? Yeah. The more it smells like it's getting cooked down fruits more. It's getting more potent the more I nose it. And I like that. I like this nose. This smells familiar to me, though. It definitely smells familiar. Down the hatch with this first sip of the night. Demoted to chat. No. You'll never. That's really good. I like this. I like this. It is fruity. It's got a little bit of a spice to it. It's got a lingering finish. This MGP? I think this is MGP. Probably why it smells so familiar. It's good. It's got to be MGP. It's got to be. It hits a familiar bell. It hits a familiar area in my mouth. Like the dangler. What's up, Cheech? What's going on, Cheech? Oh, Cheech is here. This is nice. Really like it. What happened to September for Barrel King this year? We didn't do it this year. I don't know if it'll happen again next year, but I know that last year when we did September, we got in a bunch of the friggin' 11-year 36% MGP barrels, and then we Sib plussed them. So I mean, there's no point in doing September if like you kind of have to. I mean, I don't know what their reasoning was. I never asked, but I know that last year we had those barrels, and I'm not sure if this year we had like. So we have a ton of barrels there, and they are really good. But we just got in a lot of them. But I also think that people were saying that it was a lot of options as well, like too much. It was kind of overwhelming. I can see that. It was a lot. Maybe next year though. Maybe next year. Drinking some Barrel King? Hell yeah! Oh, a Remus 5 Spiteful Bum. Dang, that's a good pick. Oh, Matt Kappa just getting here. I'm just getting here too. We got started a few minutes late. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Is there a light behind Matt that reacts to his voice? Spooky. Yeah, I guess it does do that. Loud. I don't know. It's pretty sweet. I can make them all react to my voice, but I don't want anything to be too sweet. Anyway, back to this. My mom, Derek. We have another Barrel King bottle for Patreon. We'll definitely do it again. There will be, I'll tell you about the Barrel King thing I've been working on lately and how it will be a corsage, yeah. But I'd say, just doing Barrel King, and then they know to make how much to make, and it's cheaper than. But we'll get to it. I'm so all over the place. Holy crap! Mash and Drum, what's up, dude? Oh, you're the blending savant. By the way, I've got so much to talk about. I told my wife this is going to be a 2-hour live stream, but I might be here all night. Ooh. It's not true. It's not true. But yeah, Jason, I spent the weekend with Jason and friggin' Barrel King team and Whiskier, who's just a solid kid, a solid little running kid. And yeah, Wednesday. Jeez. Halloween theme is fantastic. Keep up the great work, Matt. Love the WWE theme vibe. Thanks, Boris. That makes me happy. I'm just trying to go outside the box a little bit, not too far, because I need to be able to find my way back into the box. But sometimes just doing the same old thing gets a bit boring, you know? So, yeah. Is there still anything here? Oh, yeah. We still got music going. This is nice. I like it. Anyway, got to get through the sample. Should have made a list. We need to talk about St. Louis. We need to talk about Jason, because he deserves a few minutes of me talking trash. Just joking. Need to talk about this blend I was working on, trip there. Need to talk about so much. We need to talk about so much stuff. Don't let me forget. Say so much stuff, Matt. But I gotta get to this first. I'm going MGP here. Really good. Yeah. It is creamy and dreamy. I like this a lot. There is like a little bit of a thing on the back that I think I picked up on the nose. And when I really put my nose into it, I was like, what is happening? And then as I taste it, it's like on the back of the palate, it's just like a little shing, like a little, where you're like, what is that? And why is it different? But it hits on like the back or right of the tongue where it just kind of like, I don't know, it hones in on that part. Which is strange for it to target a part of the, like, so precisely. But this is full body. It is oily. Man, what is this? It's good. I like it a lot. See, one more sip. Then I give it a score. Then we reveal the pour. Then we get on with the dead whiskeys for the night. So many dead whiskeys to talk about. And also in the chat right now. I'll talk about you, Kobe. I'll talk about you. Gotta talk about Barrel Run. Gotta talk about friggin' Barrel Run. Don't let me forget to talk about Barrel Run. Smack on. The messaging you in Discord about the scoreboard is email better. For now, yeah, email me, ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com. I need to spend an entire day with a Discord to learn, someone to teach me about Discord. I don't know why I struggle with it so much. It is something in my brain that my brain doesn't work the way that Discord works. Like a normal message board or a forum, I get that so easily and I can understand it. It's really simple. There's something about Discord that does it take a while to learn it, or do people just understand it right away? Am I getting that? Is 40 old? I'm a man. I'm 40. Am I just past my prime in learning stuff? Because it seems like it's something that should be easily learned. People talking, be it like words. I need to spend a day and really hone my skills and get involved. Discord is confused. Okay, I'm not alone here. There's at least one other person. Good. Discord equals, a cluster? Okay. So I'm not the only one. Remember the old message boards where you could go to like ADHDwhiskeyforums.com and then there's like ding, 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 like different message, like different topics. And then you enter the topic and then that's where all the posts are at. And then you like click on that and they can reply. There needs to be a 2025 version of message boards. And I don't think Discord is it for people of my age. Maybe for the young guns. But I think that like a message board would be perfect. I used to love message boards. Oh, it's very good. Anyway, this also smells a little Buffalo Trace-ish. But on the palate, I got mostly MGP. Really good. Bourbon, 116 proof, MGP, delicious. Whatever is in this glass is great. It's a great pour. I love it a lot. It keeps getting better as it's just sitting there. It gets better. This has got to be something special, or Maybe I'm just in the mood for whatever it is tonight, but 8.25. 8.25, it is great. That's a huge score for a blind pour on a live stream. I don't normally do that. I don't normally do it. 8.25 is what I said. 8.25. Yeah, that's huge. It's a rye. It confused me so hard. It's Parker's Heritage Heavy Char Rye. That is so good. That is so good. I like that a lot. My mom says my anxiety is getting overwhelming. About what? What's your anxiety so high about? Is it the music? Why is my mom's anxiety so high? The music. Oh. All right, I'll turn it down. I'll turn it down just for you, Mom. There. 50%. Got to keep it a little creepy. You know what I mean? All right. That was really good. Oh, by the way, I won $20 on a scratch-off lottery ticket. I got the friggin' a Weller 12 for $52 plus tax. And then I was like, you know what? Feeling lucky. Hit me with one of those $10 lottery tickets. Then I won another $10 on top of it. So bad things are headed my way. I hope not. Knock on wood. This is what we got going tonight. By the way, that was really damn good. Heavy Char Rye is nice. I want to actually, that reminded me of MGP so much. I want to compare it to something that none of you know about, except for maybe a couple of you. Jason C knows about it. Maybe some of you know about it, but I gotta find it. I didn't commit fully to the spin because I didn't want to wreck everything. Is it 4 whiskey? Not that I see. Where could it be? Matt, oh Matt, where did you put that? This is the bullshit. Let's see. It's got to be on the floor. Hemming and hawing and looking so hard. Where could it be? I'm losing my mind. I am losing my damn mind. No. Oh, this is not happening. It couldn't have gone too far. Is this it? Nope. Where in the hell? Oh my gosh. Literally right in front of my face. I'm taking crazy pills. It was in front of my face the whole time. Ew. That's gross. Dishwasher broke, by the way. I think the landlord's going to replace it either. Pretty sure he's just like, you know what? For $2,600 a month, you can wash dishes the old-fashioned way. So, anywho. This is my newest blend from Barrel King, and it is I'm not sure how much I can talk about it. I was never told I can't talk about it, so I'm gonna go full balls, talk all about it. You're right, Maddie. Nobody knows about Turkey 101. During October, the bottles get up and move themselves. Right? I think that they might. I think there might be somebody living in my crawl space who just like comes out at night and just drinks all my whiskey and then goes back in the crawl space. Something tells me the scariest part of your... Kobe, you're a real smartass. You're a real smartass, Kobe. Oh, it hurts so deep. Also, you are super correct. It is a haunted house in here, and I'm expecting things to jump out from behind places all the time. All the time. Trevor in Ohio, you son of a b. Trevor in Ohio, the 2025 ADHD Whiskey Royal Rumble champion. By another scratch off on me. Oh, Trevor, but I won. I didn't need your 20, but I'll take it, and I will scratch off a dinger. That's what I'm talking about. Anywho, let's see. We got... That's not true. Our elf on the shelf has been sober since day one. Our elf on the shelf is only like 5 years old, so that would have been bad. It'd be bad. What'd Blake say? I'm with Bev. The music is eerie, kind of giving me PTSD like Darrell's smoke detector. Jeez. You know what? I'll shut it off. Listen, honestly, what I tried to do... Listen, okay, the music's done. I'll shut it off. There, try to make a little bit of ambiance, a little bit of like, oh, for you, but no, nobody cares. That's okay. That's okay. We'll sit here in silence and listen to my gurgles. Gurgle, gurgle, chirp, slap. Yeah, you can listen to that instead, Mom. How about that? Just kidding. I love you lots. And I assumed it might get annoying, but didn't expect you to get annoying that quick. Also, I tried to include more Halloween music, but like I said, I was running late, and I started to bring the music into StreamYard, and StreamYard was like, whoops, too big of a file. Oh, I hate that. So I found the one that would, number one, give me copyright. Like, I can't, so they're like, oh, you can't monetize anything because copyright. That's this song that's been playing. And also the one that was small enough to upload. So not that I monetize these live streams anyway, but I just don't like getting the email that says, dude, you suck at friggin' the copyright. I don't know. But also, the worst part about it is I have the license to play this music. I bought the license from Motion Array, but then I get a copyright. So then somebody else who's not the owner of it, they claimed it. So somebody else claimed the music. So I'm not sure who's lying. If it's Motion Array selling me music that is not theirs to sell, or if it's some other person saying, listen, our music, not theirs. I don't know. But what it results in is my very first spooky video of the Halloween season to be demonetized, even though I pay for the license. How bad does that suck? I don't know. Enough. It sucks enough. If we're talking about how bad it sucks. I had to find other spooky music. Then I went out on a limb and tried that. Seemingly so far so good. Where was I? Oh my gosh, this is my blend. This is started this process for this blend from Barrel King. And I promise you we'll get into the dead whiskeys in a little bit. But since that heavy char rye reminded me so much of MGP, I need to reset myself. Even though this is definitely not a reset because it has everything in the world in it. But hear me out. Right after last September, speaking of September, when we did the Sib Plus barrels, I sent Matt Bunch a text and I was like, hey, Matt Bunch, any of those Sib Plus barrels left? And he was like, yep. And then I said, question, can we get an apple brandy barrel and put some of that, mostly, it's like 99% 11-year MGP, and fill an apple brandy barrel with it? And he said yes. So that's been about a year that an entire apple brandy 11-year Civ Plus barrel has been just like apple branding it up. And as I visited Barrel King over the year, I've tasted it. Sometimes it tasted not good. Like where I was like, this, how did you do that? How did this barrel do that? And then it got better. And then when I just visited for the Bourbon Fest in St. Louis, it tasted, actually, no, false. The last time I was there, rewind, a couple months ago when I was there, tried it, and it was phenomenal. We also had this 95.5 rye like a 7 or 8 year rye in an apple brandy barrel next to it. And I was like, oh, mix them together. Oh, that's really good. We're onto something. We're going to do an apple brandy rye. Then we used some things that we had laying around that were exceptional. The Ohana blend that I did, batch 108, the Ohana blend, was rebarreled into a turkey barrel. The remainder of it, there was enough to put back into a barrel to use at a later date. That later date was now. Put that baby in. Delicious. Then there was a batch Epsilon from Barrel King. That was also rebarreled into the old Barrel Run barrel from last year. Dump that in there. And then there's a Philly blend. There's a Philly blend that was in an apple brandy barrel too. Put that in there. And then a little bit of turkey. Oh, so good. But when we fast forward to October now, when I was just there, tasted all through all the things, like remade the blend, and it was dead. It tasted like not what I remembered. Luckily, we didn't dump it. Luckily, we didn't go off of memory or like go off of past plans. It's like all of a sudden this didn't taste like I remembered. Eliminated the turkey barrel altogether. Found another 9-year MGP, 21% MGP barrel that literally changes this thing into a masterpiece. I'm not talking about like this is pretty good or I'm kind of happy with it. Somehow it is like ridiculous. Like actually like a ridiculous. It's like all these things came together to make something super friggin' awesome. And I'm very proud of it. The reason I poured it is I wanted to, number one, talk about it, but number two, I wanted to compare it to this heavy char rye because it kind of this gave me the MGP feels, and this has a lot of MGP in it. But I don't know, just as a comparison, just to see where my head's at. Okay. It's in a different direction than I thought coming off of that. Huh. It's more, I mean, it's literally more appley. Huh. Not quite as spicy. More sweet, more appley. What's the heavy char rye proof? Does anyone know the Parker's heavy char rye proof? Anybody know that? Sorry. I got to talking and then I ignore all you people. And then it's like, I'm like, oh, everyone's here and they're asking questions and talking. And then I'm just blabbing. I'm a freaking blabber face. Is it the one I sent? Let me see. What'd I do with it? What'd I do with the sample bottle? I don't know where I put it. Was I put it back in the cup? Yeah, I did. Is this yours? It's good. It's good. It's not true. We need the Walking Dead music. I know, right? I, for one, love the music. What's the name of it? I don't know. Dispute and show proof of purchase. Yeah, disputing isn't as easy as... It's kind of a pain in the ass. Oh, no, there's still turkey in the blend. There's definitely still turkey in the blend because there were turkey in the other blends that were added to it. So there's turkey in Ohana, there's turkey in Epsilon, I believe. So yeah, there's still turkey in the blend. There's a ton of stuff in the blend. Oh, you really just, I mean, yeah, I think that the time is now. They're so damn good. 105 proof. Dang. 105. It is a bourbon drinker's rye, that's for sure. I love that barrel char that's on there. It's just like it's almost like a spice. I think that's what hit on the back of the tongue. It just kind of sticks. It's just like that extra level of darkness to it. That is really good. Try mine right after just to see what. Those are different. Huh. Man, that finished though. So we'll talk more about that blend later. But let's get into these bourbons and whiskeys I've dug up from the grave. We can do this two ways. We can do this two different ways. We can go through them one by one and talk about them and pour them and taste them and chat about them together. Or I can, I'll put the music back on. It's so hard. I can't decide. Can't decide what to do. A little bit. Just a little bit. So, yeah, we'll keep it down. We'll keep the level down. Yeah, now I feel it. I can't even hear it, but I'm back in the frig. Oh, yeah. I'm back in the spooky mood. You won't, Matt. What won't I do? Damn it. Oh, best bourbon drinker's rye from my palate is still Austin cask strength rye. That seems like aggressive. Okay. Two ways we can go about this. We can pour them one by one, these dead whiskeys, and then talk about them as we taste them, or we can put them in a blind flight and then see which dead whiskey wins the night. What do you guys want? Blind flight or one by one? Put it in chat and I'll see if I can decipher which one wins. Blake Benson, I'm waiting for the Beetlejuice to pop out from behind you. I'll have to say it twice more and I won't. Got a blind, 3 for blind, 4 for blind. Everything's coming up blind. Okay. Looks like the blinds are going to have it. That's a wave of one by ones come in. Sleeves are going up because it's about to go down. I need glasses. Uno, dos. One by one. Looks like the blinds are going to have it. Damn it. Got to find the Glens that have, how many we talking? 2, 4, 7? 7? Yeah, 7. Trying to find the Glens. They don't have any markings on them. Because the markings give it away. I'd appreciate it if distilleries send me Glens that are blank instead of Glens that have their logo on them, because can't use the ones with the logo on them unless I'm drinking their shit, which of course they probably want me to do, which would make sense. 3, 4. Oh, 5. This is going great. 6. I did buy an entire case of Glens when I was doing like one of my end of the year blinds, but then like one gets broken, 2 get left in a hotel, things like that. I try to bring, if I go on vacation or a trip, I try to bring like the Glens that have a logo on it with me instead of a blank one, so that if I lose one or break one on a trip, like no worries, because I don't like breaking or losing my incognito Glens, I call them. the ones that don't have any any markings on them. Okay, we're 6 deep. I think we'll just need one more. That's got Lucky 7, which I almost put Lucky 7 Proprietor 14 year in the blind tonight because that baby dead, but I didn't. 7, nice. I need your help. When I tell you what I'm putting in what glass, I need you to remember it. And then I need you to stick around until I'm done. So that's how it works. If you don't, then I'll have to use my memory. My memory is good with some things and bad with other things. Oh, there's a pen right there. All right, we're going to go through these dead whiskeys and pour them. A, B, come on, pen work. B, C, D, E, F, G. In glass A, the first whiskey that we've just pulled from the grave, the first whiskey that no longer exists, that's no longer with us in the bourbon industry is Knob Creek Cask Strength from barreled in 2010. This baby is like, what was winner of the 28? So this is 2019. This is from 2019. Yeah, they don't make this anymore. 127 proof, cask strength Knob Creek rye whiskey. It's gonna go in A. America. Julie like Wheel of Confusion will come in handy in a bit. Welcome back from the dead, Knob Creek cask strength straight rye whiskey. We hardly knew ye before 2 years of it, and then gone. In glass B from the dead, to make it easy to remember, not Belmead. I'm not sure how that would work. Early times bottled bond with the black cap. Oh, woo. Friggin' murdered by Sazerac. Oh, super sorry. Early times that happened to you. But you're still around a version of you, but the version that everyone loved stake through the heart. In glass B. Early Times is my daily drinker. Is it the old Early Times kitchen clock? The old one? In glass C, coming up in glass C, is a bottle that no hard feelings to some of my best friends. No hard feelings, but this baby's dead. It got friggin' moided. Jason Kobe knows all about it. He's written several songs about its demise and how it will never, ever, ever rise from the dead, except for an Evernorth Spirits gift shop. This is Virtue Spirits. Oh, virtually friggin' dead because of some sort of legalities with the name. So Virtue Spirits, this is their second ever bourbon. It's 5 years old, 75-25 from Maryland. America, going in C. Because they're my friends. And they infringed on a trademark. Glass D, gonna be really easy because this one's super dead. In glass D, we have, this is Belmead Reserve Bellmead Reserve. It used to be Bellmead Cask Strength, but I don't own the even more dead version of this. The only bottle of the Bellmead that I own, the Cask Strength, is the more recently deceased version, the one that is, you know, easier to pull from the grave. The old Cask Strength ones with the varying proofs, that one I'm not sure if we could ever pull, except for in the Royal Rumble. That one made an appearance in the Royal Rumble. It just like, "Arr!" And I was like, what are you? It's like, "Arr!" Oh, America. Bellmead Reserve in D. Little GP. Still have 3 remaining. 3 remaining pours. Glass E is a whiskey that hasn't, I wouldn't necessarily say has not been declared dead. It's not like actually been, there hasn't been, you know, like there's been no, we haven't as a community like been like, oh. But I think that it's definitely on a missing poster, and we can all assume that super, like, you know, like, oh. Sam Houston, 15. Calumet took over, and there's Calumet 15, 16, and 17, and 18. But Sam Houston just went, where did it go? We don't know where it went, but it's probably not good. America, probably not good. Sam Houston 15 going in E. That's going to be what some people consider to be a favorite. If you're an odds maker, you consider Sam Houston 15 to be a favorite. And then we have 2 left. F, and I didn't do this on purpose, I promise. Because how could I? I'm a disaster with 0 planning. F. I have so many of these on the shelf behind me, but I dug deep as I could to find the one that was like the most like, oh, you know, like if you were to dig it up, you'd be like, well, I don't know what's usable here, but anyway. Bardstown Bourbon Company Fusion Series. This is number 2. Fusion Series number 2. When's the last time they made a Fusion Series? Not for a couple of years. Oh, America. Damn, look at that. It's literally smoking. That hasn't been opened in forever. That hasn't been opened since I moved from Michigan. Oh, that was awesome. It's like, that was so cool. Fusion Series number 2. It's going in F. Damn. There is so much friggin' pressure built up in there from that's the last time it was opened was years ago. That hasn't been opened. That bottle has not been opened in 5 years. That's cool. Then it got all like, oh, that was awesome. That's the coolest thing I've done in a while. In or out of the bedroom. The coolest. And then finally, in Glass G. This flight would not be complete unless we dug deep and found a whiskey that only existed for a short period of time. I bought 2 bottles. The first bottle I rushed to purchase because I thought that the video would do well. And I spent a while creating a video that did not do well. But it's because it was a young channel and the video was bad. But also, I bought a second bottle after moving to Colorado for a grand total after tax of under $11. $9.99. If you don't know what I'm talking about, prepare yourselves. cover your ears, look through the cracks of your fingers, because it's extra scary. That's right. The Walking Dead, Spirits of the Apocalypse. America. It's going in G. Spooky. $10. $10. This will be used throughout the month of October for other experiments and other videos I'm doing, but we're going to kick it off in prime time here on the live stream, Friday night. What does it say again? Oh man, the font is so little. The last time I read this bottle, I was much younger and had better eyesight. Crap. Oh, that's better. An apocalypse has swept the globe, causing the dead to rise and feed on the living. Ew. In a matter of months, society has crumbled. There is no government, no grocery stores, no mail delivery, no cable TV. Luckily, there are spirits. Kind of sounds a lot like 2020, coming to think of it. Spirits of the Apocalypse in G. Julie, like Wheel of Confusion? Whew. Here. Getting heavy. Oh, this could end terribly. This could end so bad. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, wee, woo. Here we go. And we spin. And we spin. I feel like I've got good control over this. I feel like at this point, nothing terrible can happen. Everything feels to be in balance. Everything feels to be smooth sailing. Do I know how many times I've rotated this board? No. Do you? No. Are we all confused? 100%. Are we all a bit nervous getting there because my wrist is just not what it used to be? And we're done. Grabbing random samples, putting them down in the thing. You know what? If you don't believe me, I don't need to do this random sample shit. Let's put them randomly in there in random places. Everybody knows that nothing is more confusing than the Julie like Wheel of Confusion. It's the pinnacle of confusion. The pinnacle. Whew, felt good. All right. Do I have a glass marker? That is the question, and would also be very helpful. It does not appear to be so, unless I'll dig deep. No, that's not it. Batteries, winning lottery ticket. Oh boy. Oh, glass marker would be clutch. Actually, I know exactly where a glass marker is at. Bear with me, I'll be back in 5 seconds. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take me more than that. It's gonna take me, open the door when there. 25 seconds? If a child doesn't come up to me. 25 seconds max. You can hear me the whole way because I'm wearing a wireless microphone. So if I come back breathing heavy, you'll have heard the heavy breathing before I even get back. Doors open. Hello, child. My children look up to me. They're like, wow, what's up, dude? I don't know what they were up to. Probably no good. No way. Wait. Ha! Oh, hell yeah. One for the home team. All right. Glass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Now, if you're paying attention, what I can do is show you the bottom of the glass. I won't look, but you'll know what I'm tasting and I won't. Give it the old SJ for glass number 1. Focus. Up. You can probably see the letter. And if you're following along, then you know. If not, then you'll have to wait for the reveal at the end. No spoilers in chat, or I'll throw a fit. Hit the thumbs up. You lost it at the Royal Rumble, the marker that is. Well, I found when I put it in the 24 seconds. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Sometimes you just have to understand your capabilities. 5 seconds? No way. Wouldn't happen. Any chance you could do an advent calendar that all of us could purchase this year, special holiday season? We're watching yours, but it'll be fun if we give. So every single year, Patreon has been getting more and more advent calendars. So Minnesota Whiskey Elite has been making more advent calendars every year, and then it kind of goes into it's not something that everybody could buy because I don't know anybody that makes an endless supply of them. And if there was an endless supply of them, the whiskey in the calendar would be bad, be real bad. But when Minnesota Whiskey Elite makes more and more every year, and then in Patreon, whoever wants one, they just like kind of get put into a randomizer, then however many that are available. So there's a chance that if you're a patron, you're able to get an advent calendar. It's not a guarantee, but I know that most people who wanted them were able to get them. Advent calendars is what brought me to the channel. That's crazy. That's cool. I like that. 10 seconds. She said. See you in 2 minutes. Like, this is like the Blair Gregg project. Dude. That was stressful? Nah. We're good. That was fine. I've only spilled the Julia like Wheel of Confusion once. Only one time. All right. Here we go. Glass 1. Ooh, smells super dead. This whiskey is definitely no longer around. Sweet, appley, bright and fruity. I like the nose of that. It smells refreshing almost, like a refreshing whiskey pour. Let's go in for a taste. Glass 1 is nice. I like glass 1. Why was that taken from us? I like that. I'm not even trying to think of what it is. I'm just trying to think of what it is. Like what it is. It's the refreshingness carries to the palate. There's it's more like when you get to the core of the apple. And then you're like, do I eat this? And then you're not quite sure. It's not like the outside, it's not your first bite of the apple. It's like when you get deep into the apple and you're like, oh man, could go for another apple or you could just finish it. And then you're thinking about the core, but you don't do it because you're never sure if you can eat the core or not. There's a law against it. Or like an old wives' tale. Or if it'll take 7 years to digest. But glass 1 is fun. Glass 1. Light, refreshing, yum, yummy, yum, yummy, yum. Like it. Okay. Which of the dead whiskeys will be the best? This appears to be super dark and could only mean one thing, that it's probably the Sam Houston because it's old. And Wait, what? Nope, it's definitely not that. This smells dusty. What on earth? This has a weird dusty note to it, like an old, like a vintage whiskey. There's a little bit of that here. None of these should be that. Why does it smell like that? What is happening? Oh, I didn't show you the bottom. Eyes are shut. There. It's kind of like musty, kind of like almost like basement-y, but like the basement is in good shape. Kind of smells like a sauna. You ever walk into a sauna? What are saunas made out of? Cedar? Wow, say that 10 times fast with fake teeth. What are saunas made out of? Cedar? What are saunas made out of? Cedar? What are saunas made out of? Cedar? It's actually pretty good for me. Man, it's got a funk to it. It's got this weird musty funk that I kind of like. I enjoy it. I enjoy the smell. It's kind of like a weird thing about me. Maybe I shouldn't enjoy it so much. Well, maybe. Just into it. Hey, don't shame me. It's like if the apples in glass 1 went to bad. Like it's kind of like a fermenting fruit, like you were trying to make wine at home, and then you had it next to like where you sit, and then you just smelled it all the time. Yeah. Down the hatch, number 2. What is that? This is an impressive flight so far, Matt. Way to go, Matt. Way to go, me. Hilarious. That does not taste like Sam Houston. It's definitely not that. It doesn't taste like a rye. It shouldn't be the Knob Creek. I don't want to think any further of what is in this flight, but those are like the 2 things with that color that jump into my head. You're older. It does maintain a little. I'm curious. Like I'm wondering if whiskey does change in the bottle, if it develops that like that dusty library note in the bottle, because none of this is distilled that long ago that it should be like this. I don't think. But it does have this dusty funk to it that I kind of like a lot. Dusty Funk Man. Sure. It's like, I would consider that whiskey to be wise. It tastes, does that make sense? If you needed a life advice, you would go to sample 2 and ask them. And they would beat around the bush for a bit because they don't get asked for advice very often. It's kind of unique this day and age for someone of my age to approach an elder to ask them for life advice. They're like, oh, I've been waiting for this. Sit tight, let me tell you. But first, would you like some tea? It's wise. It's a wise pour. Wise whiskey. Very smart. Good at. Sorry, just typing my notes. If I don't type my notes, then I won't remember. Good at mentorship. Yeah. I'll remember that. Last 3. Let's get caught up with chat. Jeez Louise. Kobe's here for the fishing. Oh, dude. Okay. Listen, look. I got something for your asses. Come on. What, really? No. Oh, there it is. Why is it not playing? Why is it not? How is it not? so confused. Why did it not play? That was weird. Let me try that again from the beginning. Add the stage. Come on, Border. Come on. Get out there. Come on. Is that the one? Is that the cat? Come on. Yeah. Oh. Is there? What's that? What's that there? I'm so excited in the video, you can tell. It's pumped.
Got a fish.
Yeah, got a fish. Yeah.
First river fish in Colorado.
First river fish in Colorado, boys. I miss species of fish. Not sure if that's the thing, but 2025 can't do that. I called it a brook trout. It's definitely not a brook trout. It's a brown trout. Still. Come on, get down there. Look at it, Porter. Get a good look at it, Porter. Oh, it's a beautiful brook trout. I say it's not. It's a brown trout. But I'm also trying to keep it in the water. Hit this giant orange spinner. Come on, mother. Get down there. It's nice.
Oh, you're a beautiful, beautiful brook trout.
Brown trout. There it is. Look at that. My first river fish in Colorado. Didn't want to touch it. Just keep all the oil on its skin. Just pull the hook out, barely hook on there. Come on. Get out of there. Swim away, friend. You go on again. You go on again. I'll eat your friends later. Yeah, ADHD fishing, bitches. Also, went fishing in St. Louis when I was there, and I threw a whopper plopper into a tree. I blamed it on Whiskier, and it wasn't his fault. I did it. First cast, trying to get the top water bite, and I threw the whopper plopper directly into the tree, and it's still there. Sing songs while seated in a cedar sauna. Nice. It's refreshing to hear another you pronounce sauna correctly. Yeah. Anytime someone says sauna, the funny thing about sauna is you say, if someone says sauna, and you're like, actually, I hate to be this guy, but if you're living in the land of Finlanders, you're gonna need to say sauna. And I'm being nice about it because they won't be nice about it. You gotta say sauna. But the funny thing about sauna speakers is they will really kind of like, they'll dig their heels in. They're like, it's not, it's sauna. And you're like, listen, again, I never speak up in situations like this because it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like to be the person who's like, hey, my ball got eaten in the ball return at the bowling alley last night, my wife's ball, and it's completely destroyed. Will I talk to the owner about it? Absolutely not, because the conversation's weird. And it's like, they're a small business, and like, I don't want to bring it up because it's just a conversation that makes me feel strange. But then the bowling alley owner is like, no, it is sauna. I'm like, no, listen, sauna. It's sauna. It is sauna. It's always been sauna. It never will not be sauna. Unless, of course, everybody gives in, which they won't. I know a lot of Mackies who, or no, that's not true. Actually, I know a lot of Ahos who just gave in when people called them Aho as their last name. And it's like, it's not Aho, it's Aho. But then they're like, I don't really care anymore. It's like, you know what? Stand up for something. Sauna. It's Aho. Deal with it. Where were we? Sample 3, I think. Kitchen Clock, when I found you in March of this year, I went on an admin binge watching Bender, joined Barrel King, and hooked up on all the things for Kitchen Clock. Thank you. That's amazing. I love that. I love that about you. And everybody should take a page out of Kitchen Clock's book. I bet you Kitchen Clock even if a thumbs up when Kitchen Clock came in. And every one of you should do the same thing. Nice kitchen. I don't know what a kitchen is. Time to cycle off music for a while, says Jason Colby. Sounds good. I believe that Jason's probably right. Turning it off. Probably a few minutes too late, but that's good. Oh, nice kitchen thing. Nice to kitchen clock. I'm very slow. Takes me a while. Solid chance I'm related to them. I have a lot of Aho cousins. Well, Aho is like Aho, where we live is like Smith somewhere else. There's just a whole friggin' motherload of Ahos. More fishing? I know. There's got to be more fishing. Got to be more fishing. But anyway, let's get to sample 3. Sample 3, the third whiskey we pulled from the grave. The first 2 have impressed me heavily. So some of these have got to fall off. In front of the camera, get in focus. I'll show you the bottom. I can't see it, but if you were here when I labeled these buggers, you know what that is. All right. Swirl job. Cannot not give it the SJ. Ooh. So far, are we 3 out of 3 for niceness? Maybe. This smells a bit like... maybe, more like a minty sweet. I was going to say sweet in a spicier way, which makes no sense. Had to rethink it. And I did really fast, and it's sweet in more of maybe a minty way. More like a peppermint. That is a spice and a mint. That's both. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, a little minty. Maybe a little minty on number 3. The nose is less powerful than the first 2. It's more subtle and not necessarily a bad thing, but also didn't grab me by my face and pull me down into the ground with it. So let's go for a taste of Dead Whiskey number 3. Damn, that is good. Am I just in a whiskey mood tonight? Do I just love everything tonight? I might have to taste something. I might just have to, you know what? This might be the return of Rare Stash. I should go pull out Rare Stash and review it because I might love that shit tonight. That is good. That is good. It's not like super oaky. It's not super, it doesn't taste super old. It also doesn't taste super young. It's kind of just like hitting all the marks in a really nice way. And spoiler alert, whenever Spirits of the Apocalypse comes, whenever I pull that out, I'm assuming I'm not going to hate it, because in past reviews, I kind of liked it. I think it was like, who was it made by? I think it's Diageo. Is that right? Yeah. So it's the Diageo brand, and it says Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. There's no age statement, so it's minimum of 4 years old. And I do remember tasting it and being like, huh. I also think I tried this against Weller Special Reserve in a video, and I liked this more than that. I was like, the zombie shit's better. DC, Mr. Daniel Carter, loved that video. He's my boy. So if that's what that is, which I don't think so, because I don't think I liked it that much. But that's really good too. It's well balanced. Where's it at? Give me another sip. Wait. No, that's not that. That is, like a spiced apple ring up front. Then it gets sweeter, and then kind of like into this, like almost into like a marmalade-y thing, like a jam on the back. The very end of it, the very back, the finish gets a little bit bitter, like a little bit barrel bitter. But that's okay. That's okay. I like that a lot too. Son of a mother, that's good. 3 for 3. Spiced apple rings and marmalade. Lady marmalade. All right. Man, we're just plugging right through these. We are just mowing down all these dead whiskeys one by one by one. Hooper just literally added another 12 summers so I can bring my spare to the Blitz. The Barstown Blitz with Jason. I wish I could go there so bad. I want to go so bad, but I can't make it. 12 summers is I've been asked lately a few times in comments and then in person, like what my go-to whiskey is. Like, if I want to taste something, like what do I go to? And it's never something that I've done before. Usually not, except for like, honestly, and this is totally honest. I'm not gonna fib about this because it makes no sense to fib about it. I was telling Carissa this the other day, my wife. Show my wife if she comes down. But when people ask me what I've been drinking lately, it's been Barrel King stuff. I've been like really like honing in on some of the things we've been doing, and I've loved it. But 12 Summers is my 12-year 36% MGP bourbon blend. That like I literally had to hide it because I'm like, when I just want something, I keep going to it, and I only have one unopened bottle of it left that I just try to hold on to for like keepsakes. But when I got back from the St. Louis Bourbon Festival, I had it there. Then I got back and I was like, why did I love it so much there? And I tried it again here, and it's just I can't stop. I can't stop. I think what's happening is I want to prove myself wrong, if that makes sense. I think it's like a self-esteem thing where I'm like, you don't like it as much as you think you like it. So I keep trying it to tell myself I don't like it. But like, it's not happening. Like, I just continue to like it. Eventually one night I'll be like, well, it's empty, so I dislike it now. But the 12 Summers thing is real. It's not like an explosion in any sort of way. It's just really well balanced between oak and fruit. And like, I think it's a really, really well balanced bourbon that I'm super proud of. With that being said, I want to pour 12 Summers next to this apple brandy thing that I just did, just to see if I'm out of my mind. But I think that they compete for my favorite blend I've ever done, even though Ohana was like up there too. 2025 for me has been an incredible blending year. It was, try not to forget anything, but for at least my releases anyway, Ohana, 12 Summers, and this apple brandy thing, if those are the three blends that are mine that I can like attach myself to for Barrel King for the year, I'm so happy. My wife just texted me, said she's very cold. I am going to fix that. I feel so good that I can do that. It's like I can remedy that so quick. We have not turned the heat on at all since last winter. So I'm going to turn the heat on. I'm going to turn on my, what do you call it? Noise canceling. I'm going to try the noise canceling on my wireless mic. And it's going to smell like the house is burning down for a few minutes because that's what happens every year when you turn the heat on the first time. But she's going to text me in an hour. Actually, probably not an hour, but in a bit, she's like, I'm so warm now. I will be back in, it's going to take me more than, I'm going to say 35 seconds. Got to turn the heat on, adjust it. Yeah, 35 seconds. Sometimes a warm wife is a happy wife, and a cold wife, not going to be great if she's cold. So be right back. 35 seconds. Are you eating candy, Charlie? Huh? Are you eating candy?
Dad, Mama said I could just have a couple, just not like feasting.
Not feasting? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm turning the heat on.
Gave me a small goodie bag when we were playing birthday.
Okay.
And she got that big thing and I got this.
Okay. All right.
And it was a great candy.
Hey, no feasting. All right. The heat is on. Now, where is the... Oh, yeah, it's on for sure. Oh, my gosh. I forgot how loud that is. All right, I think there's a button on here, push for... What is it? I think that's it. Is that better? Tell me in chat, is that better? Stopwatch says 46 seconds. My child talked to me about feasting on candy. I had to wait a second. But that's good. Kirk Gibson? Detroit Tiger? Kirk Gibson? Walk off Kirk Gibson? No. Just watching your video and noticed you're live. Glad I caught it. Love the spookiness this month. Oh, Kirk. I'm super happy you're here because we had the spooky music going, but it was one song that over and over again, and seemingly people got sick of it. My mom first. Okay, let's see here. Still tickets available if you want. Oh man, I wish I could go there. The Blitz. Guess who lives in Louisville and is off the next 2 months and also has 2 thumbs? Chris says it smells. Yeah. First time turning on heat for the year. The smell will go away. Then I'm going to blow her a kiss because solid move. Mwah. Oh, she's okay. That's nice. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Oh, so Jason Kobe's going to go to the Blitz. There's a Jason in the back. Damn it, that song's my favorite. I have an issue when there's I don't know if you can hear it that loud, but when the furnace is running and I'm thinking and talking is already difficult. But if I really try to put some stank on it and really talk and think with the furnace on, it's hard. Clint only had 2 pours of the 12 Summers, but the Ohana blend is my favorite you have done, I think. Yeah, the Ohana has some turkey in there, and it's a mixture of 12 and 9-year, 12, 9, and 7-year MGP, and then some 7-year turkey. It's a more of I'd say that Ohana is more complex, but 12 Summers is just solid. It's super solid. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for liking it. Oh boy, it says I tried 12 Summers at St. Louis Bourbon Festival and it was very good. Did you guys try at the St. Louis Bourbon Festival? Ohana's probably one of my favorites. So the partial Ohana blend is in upcoming. And I'm not going to say the name of the blend yet. The apple brandy blend, but remaining Ohana barrel, the remaining not bottled stuff, was rebarreled, and that's part of this next apple brandy blend. So it lives on. I still haven't opened on Ohana and 112 Summers. I think I like Ohana the most, but they're both bangers. So that's not the first. I've heard multiple times people saying that they like Ohana more. That's crazy. That makes me so happy. Really happy. Kirk, $5 super sticker. Thank you, Kirk. What the heck was a super sticker? I don't know. I can't see it on my end, but I appreciate it. I imagine it's a solid sticker. Not a lot of people notice that name. But you still didn't tell me if you're the real Kirk Gibson or not. That's if your name was Kirby Puckett. Never mind. Bad example. For obvious reasons, it's a terrible example. It's not like that at all. Kirk Gibson, huge home run. Oh boy, oh boy. I was born in 91. Okay, so never mind. So I guess my dad would watch it then. Kirk Gibson gonna be my son name. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. I had to replace the entire HVAC system? Yuck, that's disgusting. Jason says, love it, apple brandy blend. I won't see the name yet. Oh, yeah. Did you just say that? Oh, yeah. But Jason, I was thinking of a different name for it. Jason loved the name. So Matt Bunch came up with the name for this apple brandy blend, which makes so much sense, and it's nostalgic and super cool. But Jason also loves the name, and he was like, no, I love that name, no. And since it's the season of where, Jason, what do you think of this? And I actually, you know what? No, I can't. I didn't ever export that. I tried to make my own. Sometimes you spend some time making a video that does not work. And I was actually going to reach out to Jason Kobe for his help. but I don't want to like make the man be like, oh, all this guy wants is me to do work for him. But also at the same time, he could have put this together better. But I was thinking, because I came home and I tried this apple brandy blend and I was super pumped. And then I started to try to make a song about it. And since it's the time of the year, if we didn't do that name that we were doing before, Jason, what do you think of this? The Monster Mash or Monster Mad. But like it's because it's all the right. I mean, it's pretty similar to the other thing, but it's also of the time of the season. GW Medic has squirrels in his attic. That's rough. Coconut bath. Drinking the coconut bath that came out with hold on, I think pretty damn good too. Was it Aloha? Yeah. They made that stuff tropical, huh? That works really well and it's timely. Yeah. Anyway, true Frankenblend, right? It's like Frankenstein's monster. Anyway, speaking of Jason, if you were at the St. Louis Bourbon Festival, you had a chance to try something really special. And I'm going to get into this fourth sample, but while I do it, I'm going to talk about something really special. And I was going to talk about it anyway, but since Jason's here, it reminded me to talk about this. And it's genuine from the heart. And I'm super pumped. But anyway, this is glass 4. In focus, if you can see the bottom of it, you know what it is. If you've been here for that. All right, glass 4. Anyway. Pretty subtle. St. Louis Bourbon Fest at the Barrel King booth, they had an outside tent. And then in the VIP section, which myself and then Jason was there. Jared, a lot of the team was upstairs in the VIP thing. And then outside, Sid was outside pouring some stuff. Sid was outside pouring the September releases, and then upstairs, 12 Summers was being poured in the VIP section, along with something that's extra cool. Jason's friggin' drum key, his drum key spirits, which not been released yet, but it was like a pre-release tasting. And it's a bourbon blend. It's all Green River stuff. And over this past weekend, I grew such an appreciation for Green River barrels that I knew that they were good. I've done a barrel pick with them. I've tasted through some things, but like not a wide variety of things. Between Jared's blend for September, which was called G-Spot, because they were from Warehouse G, and then Jason's blend, which was his drum key blend. Then all the single barrels we had at Barrel King that I tasted through, like holy shit, Green River's got some friggin' crazy whiskey, crazy bourbon. But the drum key blend, the first drum key blend is wild. I wish I would have brought some home because I never trust myself 1000% until I get home and I just sit in my own environment and taste it. But I think with the most certainty that I could ever have being away and tasting something, because I tried it multiple times in multiple different I tried to blind myself. I poured a glass of it, left it alone, went back to it later, not knowing what it was, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" Oh yeah, it's the drum key blend. Jason's drum key blend makes me feel so bad about myself because he literally did it his first try and absolutely killed it. I don't even remember what the age of the distillate is in his blend, like what the age range is. But I can tell you this, it tastes 10 years plus. Like it has this like full-bodied experience to it that I was blown away. And I told him that if this was because we were next to Sazerac, like Sazerac had a VIP section right next to ours. And I told him this, and I mean it. If what you blended was in one of the bottles in the Sazerac booth, like next door, people would be going crazy for this. They'd love it. It tastes like a matured Stag Junior. It tastes like something that It tastes like Buffalo Trace distillate with more body and more like oomph behind it. A little bit more. It's not a spicy whiskey, but it's just got this backbone to it that just stands up. And I like, with every bit of me, I'll say this: you need to try the first release from Drumkey. He also blended a rye while we were there, which was really, really good. So I can't back him up after this. The first blend, it's a must try. The rye, I'll stand by it 99%. The rye is super good. But give Jason a shot. The first Drumkey release, you're going to be blown away, and you're going to like, it made me so upset in the best of ways to be happy for somebody, but also to be like, how did this guy do this like so well? He literally killed it, and I couldn't be happier for him. And also, dude has the first time I hung out with Jason for more than like 10 minutes. I've seen Jason at events. I think Pours in the Park. Yeah, Pours in the Park. Like at a Valentine event just shortly. And then we didn't really get a chance in person to chat too much. So this was the first time I got to hang out with Jason, spend time with them. And like, I don't know, just I've always looked up to him as a whiskey tuber, and like seeing him in his own environment, dude owns everything. He's a friggin' maniac. He's on top of everything. I'm very jealous that I wish I had a lot of like the characteristics. I don't know if characteristics is the word. I saw a lot in Jason that I wish I had. He owns a room. He's a boss. He is a hard worker. He's on top of shit, and he doesn't really settle at all. He's just like, I saw him and I was like, that's what grown up Matt wants to be. And I don't know, it was really cool to see somebody work who I've admired for so long, and then just to see like actually how good he is at his own craft. And it's actually super, super cool. I extra super excited to see everyone's reaction when they try his first release. And then I told him, dude, you went hard. Your first release is like, that's crazy. You got to do this again. You got an issue now, because like people are gonna be like, damn, dude, like they're always gonna taste something. You should have started like soft. Should have been like, oh man, this is kind of shitty, but like I'll get better, because his first release is bonkers, and I know that everyone's gonna love it. Sample 4, holy shit! I talked about Jason for about 10 minutes less than I wanted to, but I gotta stop sometime. Cream soda on glass 4. Little cream soda action. I love cream soda. But Jason was blending his rye. Actually, shit, I don't even know if I should have said that. It's out there now. I'm sorry, Jason, if I shouldn't have said that. But he was blending his, I'm not sure if it's his second release, but he was blending, you know what he did? He talked about it on his live stream. I rewatched his whole live stream from the other night, and he talked about it, so I can talk about it. That's the way it works. He was blending his rye, Drumkey rye, while I was working on this apple brandy project, apple brandy finish project. So we're kind of like working side by side, and so I'm tasting my shit and I'm tasting his shit, and honestly, his rye was really, really, really good. But just as I was watching him work and like impressed with everything he's doing, I can't speak for the rye as much because I was really trying to figure out what I was doing too. So like my memory of what I was I can't really go. When I was tasting the first release, I was like honed in. And then when we were tasting his rye together, in the moment I was there, but in reality I was more zoomed out and like focused on my overall project. But I believe his second release, his rye, is going to surprise a lot of people because it's like a bourbon drinker's rye, and a really like you don't taste it and go, this is a rye. You just taste it and go, this is fucking phenomenal. So he's crazy talented, and I'll learn a lot from him for sure. He also looks great in a white t-shirt. I can't pull that off. I'm nips for days. How many people came to see Jason? Was it tens of people or 20s of people? It was more than tens. It was definitely more than tens. Still Austin did a Monster Mash once. Was it a graveyard smash? All right. So I'm getting, yeah. There is a significant cream soda on here. Man, what is that? Are we 4 for 4? This smells really good too. It has almost an effervescence. Shout out Julie like for that. But it almost smells like there should be bubbles in it. Yeah, down the hatch. This is lighter, softer, gentler, but it has so many redeeming qualities. It's very pillow-like. It's very pillowy and brown sugary and vanilla-y. It's like there's some oak and cherry there too. This almost tastes like Buffalo Trace just a little bit. It's because there's a cherry note that's lingering that I really like. Man, am I just in the mood for bourbon tonight? 4 is cream, soda, and I'll just put dirty cream soda. I'll know what I mean. Dirty cream soda. And cherry palette. Oh boy. This is going to get interesting, this blind flight. All right. Glass 5, and then gonna get caught up with this chat, this very spooky chat. I got to keep the spooky theme going. Ooh, spooky stream. What should I do for another spooky? So next live stream, next week is going to be 6-year channel anniversary. Cameron did his 5-year channel anniversary last night, and I was like, that son of a bitch. Just kidding. I honestly was like, Cam's been on YouTube for 5 years? That's wild. So he started a little over a year after I did. But if you were to ask me, I would have thought he was on there for less time. Weird. Time flies. We've all done this for so long. Jason, longer than me. It's like we all kind of started a year apart. But anyway, so the 18th, October 18th, 2019 was the first video I ever dropped. It was the Jim Beam Catfish Decanter. So next week I'll do the 6-year channelversary stream. We're gonna do a couple big giveaways. One of them being a Russell's 13, and the other I'm not sure of yet, but definitely doing a Russell's 13 giveaway. And we're gonna reminisce on 6 years of ADHD whiskey. So make sure you tune in next week. It's gonna be fun. More like the VIP or pants section. If peeing your pants is cool, then I'm Miles Davis. Like, why do I read? Oh my gosh. Sometimes I read things that don't need to be read, but also need to be read. Yeah, Jason C. and Matt Collab Barrel King release. So Jason W. Barrel Run 2025 is starting soon. Last year, Barrel King did a barrel run. If you're not familiar, they took a barrel on the back of a friggin' car, Jared and Rachel, and they started at Barrel King, then they went to Evernorth and 13th Colony. I think those are the two distilleries that were involved last year. Well, 3, including Barrel King. Am I forgetting one? I'm not sure. I don't think I am. But anyway, so that barrel was topped off at 13th Colony, and then bottled, and all those bottles were sold, and then it all went to charity. It went to a little girl who was suffering from I hate talking about it, but like it has to be talked about. Like childhood cancer is fucking terrible, and they donated money to the little girl and her family, and then to an organization that's like dedicated to fighting that type of cancer. This year, they're doing 2 barrels. So one of the things that Jason and I did while we were in Missouri, so he worked on his rye blend, I worked on my apple brandy blend, and then together we created the base blend that's going to go into these 2 barrels that are going to basically being driven around the country and then being worked on by other distilleries. I'm not sure if the distilleries have been named yet, but Evernorth, of course, is involved because they're amazing people. 13th Colony is involved again. Then there are a couple others who are also getting involved this year to blend for a good cause. So Jason and I just worked on something that it's not a finished product, but what we blended that's being put into these barrels and sent out on the road, we were super proud of and super unique. And I can't wait to see the response on the people's faces who get to taste what we blended there, because it's really unique, really neat. And Jason actually blew my mind with something he was able to recreate with different barrels that we didn't necessarily have. He was able to recreate a flavor profile out of a Green River barrel in a blend that we initially got out of a really short MGP barrel. Is that right? No. Damn it. No, other way around? Crap. I can't remember. The whole weekend was a blur, but Jason actually he pulled some Magic Mike shit out of his drawers, and like I was like, oh my god, you're wearing friggin' chaps that small? And he's like, I got the shit, son. And I was like, you sure do. He absolutely killed it. We blended it together, but Jason was the star of the show, putting it all together to like make this flavor profile that we were shooting for happen. And I am jealous of his abilities and the way he looks in assless chaps. Glass 5. We're getting there. I almost didn't close my eyes in time, but I did. There it is. But yeah, so that's a thing that Jason and I have worked on. It's not a final product. I'm sure we'll do something like that in the future, but anyway, glass 5. Okay. Glass 5 smells maybe more oaky. Maybe a little bit more oaky. Yes. Oak and cherries. Is this the Sam Houston? Houston, we have a problem if it's not. Might not be. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. The palate and the nose aren't meshing. The nose was much more like sweet oak and cherry. The palate kind of takes a little bit of a dip into like a cream savor, like a strawberry cream savor, but it kind of dipped on the palate. It's still very good. Like I like all these. I'm gonna say strawberry cream savor. No, not cream's average. What the hell does that mean? Cream savor. Strawberry cream savor. Less oily than others. It doesn't have a huge oiliness to it, although it is lingering. A lot of these are going to be very close. Very close. I found ECBP C924 for $50. Is that a deal or is that just a bad batch? I haven't tried it yet. Sober week for me. I mean, for $50, I don't know if you can get. Do I have a C924? I don't know if I ever tried C924. I might have. I don't think I did. Colorado gets things so late. The most current batch that we have in Colorado is B524. That's just the one that's on the shelves now. B524. So I don't even think I tried C924. But for $50, it can't, like, I don't think that you could lose at all. At all. For $50. It's a winner for $50. Jason's drum key blend was awesome at St. Louis Bourbon Fest at the VIP lounge. Appreciate you pointing that out too. I couldn't not point it out. It was the highlight of what I tasted there, for sure. Gary Pointer, hey Matt, probably a silly question, but is there a way to get Johanna blend or are they gone? I don't know. I honestly don't know. If you were a Barrel King member, you could. If you are a Barrel King member, then you can ask. Like you can email them and ask if there are those left. And sometimes they take things off of the member store that are old releases and they have some left behind of, and they'll like bring them back in the future. I don't know. I do not know if there are Ohana blends left or not. I'm seeing some of these Green River single barrels locally as store picks. So I did a barrel pick last year of the Green River, which I really enjoyed. But the barrels, I've tasted so much better from them. Like there's such a wide variety of things that are there, and or things that they're producing. So it's hard to say what a single barrel will be from the store, but having tasted a variety of barrels and then Jason's blend, Green River, they're making some really, really, really amazing things. And I'm super pumped to start working with them with the barrel run stuff. So I'm excited to continue to do it. Casking Call, it was awesome seeing you. Thank you for coming up and saying hi. Like everybody who I met there, everybody was awesome. I'm sorry if I'm awkward in person. I can't help it. I'm just an awkward guy, and I'm socially awkward, and I try not to be, but it's just the way I am. So if I was awkward, it was not you. That's just me in public. But thank you for coming up and saying hi. And if we got to chat for a few minutes, that makes me really happy. I love those festivals so much. I heard Cam was making his own whiskey called Jam. Okay, geez, I need you to stop reading stuff. Why did you make me read that? You didn't make me read it. I just clicked on it because it was Jason Kobe. Now I'm done reading Jason Kobe stuff until the next time. I'm sorry. Cam, I love you. That was not Jason Kobe did it. I read it without reading it. Sometimes I do that. You know that. Son of a bitch. Jason Kobe, don't start. Damn it. You don't start no shit. There won't be. Gosh dang it. Master Drum, so much means a lot. No, dude, you're a gangster. You're a freaking whiskey gangster, and you're a great dude. And I'm super happy you got to spend the weekend together. Sorry that I farted on your pillowcase. It's a joke. I didn't do that. Which Green River Shelfer is available anywhere to try first? I don't think that anything that I've tried that's a shelfer is like similar to what we had. I don't think. If Jason knows, he can say, but I don't. How far behind am I? Oh, 15 minutes? Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. What are we on? 5 or 6? 6. Okay. You're too kind, man. I admired how much emotion goes into your blends. It means the world to everyone buying it. It's a lot of fun, and it's like when you're blending something, like you need. If you didn't give a shit, it'd be really weird. If you're working on something and you're like, nah, whatever works. Well, who gives a shit? Hey, who cares? Like that'd be no. But everything that we do, it has to mean something. And then like, I feel like Barrel King is literally like this place where magic happens, and we've talked about it as the Barrel King family in the past. Why that is, and I think it's a true thing. Like things come together and work, and I feel like it's being done by someone else, like looking down on everything that's happening at Barrel King. I think that I feel it, like things that just like they just come together and they work, and it seems like it shouldn't, but I think that it's a bigger picture. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, glass 6, eyes closed. There's the bottom. This one more, then we'll put these dead whiskeys in an order. These friggin' whiskeys from the grave. These old haunted whiskeys. This one smells very bright and shiny. Almost like, what do we call it? maybe the most youthful so far. I don't know. Or maybe there's a little butterscotch in here. Speaking of Jason, little butterscotch note on the hatch. Okay, that one is the most muted. Seemingly the younger of the bunch. Most muted and seemingly youngest. So that could possibly be the Virtue Spirits. It could also possibly be the friggin' Spirits of the Apocalypse. The cheapest whiskey is actually, I'm trying to think. Oh, it could also be Fusion Series. I don't know. But I'm going to say that seemingly is the most muted and youngest, the thinnest of the bunch. And then let's get to glass 7. I was like, try to catch up on chat. I'm so slow. No, it's not. But if it wasn't true, I wouldn't say it. Like, I honestly was, I don't know. It's the way that I've watched Jason. I watched Jason for a year before I started a YouTube channel, and it's kind of cool, like meeting the people, like meeting the person that you've watched for so long. But also on top of that, just, I mean, like he has an entire. I do this full time. I do Whiskey Tube full time. I do blending with Barrel King. I do whiskey full time. Jason is killing that on an entire different level. Like he does. The furnace is turning back on, so hopefully the noise canceling is working. But Jason's got a whole nother job, and then he murders it in the whiskey. Like he's literally a freaking, I don't know. It makes me like feel like I don't do enough. But I don't know. What's distribution for Drum Key? That's a great question. Hey, Cam is here, dude. If you heard me freaking read Jason Kobe's shit, that was not, dude, that was him. And I didn't read it before I read it. I did not read it before I read it. And I love you equally. Damn it, Jason Kobe. Son of a bitch. Oh, no, here he is. Now Jason Kobe's chiming in. Cheers, Cam. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare make me read that and then cheers, Cam. Gosh, dang it. You've never had cream soda? Andrew Patrick, are you a human? Beam Winter Reserve, my tea today, Matt, you called the Beam. It's a really nice little bottle, right? For like 20 some bucks, that little Winter Reserve Beam is really good. Yeah, the barrel run stuff will be really cool to see how it builds. It's interesting because we sent off something that was like super unique, and it's not going to come back like that ever. But it was really fun. Does Jason C always blend in assless chaps? I don't think always, but when I saw him, he was in assless chaps, and he put a whole nother spin on dumping barrels, if you know what I mean. I went to Childhood Cancer Charity tonight and bought a couple of donated bourbon bottles. Good on you. If we could, every single dollar I've, like, I don't know, I wish that you just looking at like my children, and then like I just wish that there was an endless fund, an endless amount of money that went in to research like that. Like I wish that they just had they didn't have a budget, but they were just able to spend, like, and nobody cared. Like Elon Musk's 13 wives, right? Like just whatever you like, doesn't make a dent, you know, just spend. Chaps from that fund, that's silly. I will never, ever with the assless chaps. I'm a good hugger. I don't know. I'm a decent hugger. Jason Toby says that was a solid joke. Oh, you're talking about the friggin', I don't even know Drums and Drams put there, but I wasn't happy about it. in the words of Nicolas Cage, high praise. There's no Nicolas Cage praise around here. Patreon and Barrel King goals for distribution through Drumkey. I'm catching up slowly. Kobe's a rock star. That's all right. Good. I love you, Cam, and I love you, Kobe, but like slightly lose. Maybe like we took a dip, but we're back. We're back. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. All right, glass 7. In focus. There it is on the bottom. All right. Cameron, by the way, congrats on 5 years on YouTube. You're a freaking gangster, and I love you. Is this Sam Houston? If I can't pick out the 15-year bourbon out of this blind, there's an issue with me. There's a major issue with me. This could be it. Yeah, okay. I gave it a little SJ, and now we're getting back into the world of friggin' smelling. David erased my line. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you got to have lines. Because I just read whatever's on the prompter, all right? I read whatever's on the prompter. And I told Jason this. I said, you and Cam need to squash this shit. You two are both awesome, and I love both of you, and you need to hug it out. Or you need to oil it up and wrestle. And then one of you will come out like pop up. You probably both be like, I don't know. All I'm saying is this. I love both of you, and I love you. This has got to be the same. This is getting oakier the more I smell it. Oakier. And I was thinking more cherry, but it's more oaky. If I have to be the mediator, I'll do it. I'll be the mediator. I'll sit there and I'll watch you throw food. I'll watch you throw food at each other for an hour. Watermelons, friggin' barbecue sauce, whole chickens. Just get it out of your system. And then I will let you both fight over the drumstick. Sure, that was a solid joke. I couldn't help it. Solid joke. Drumstick joke. Because, God damn it. You know what? I can't help myself. I love you guys. And that's it. Sam Houston is awesome. I think that was definitely a Sam Houston. When you rank, call out the number and letter. Not all have been in focus throughout. Okay, yeah, no problem. I will for sure. Are they hugging out in Jason's assless chaps? Not. No, probably not. 7. I think 7 is oakiest. And what? I promise you. Listen. I'm trying to put this in focus so you can see it. I literally misspelled oakiest. I misspelled oakiest. Okay. Now don't look at. Oh, actually, you know what? It works perfectly this way because it actually. Krista says I'm hungry. How am I supposed to do that? All right, I'll make nachos in a minute. Anyway, look at number 7. I tried to make it say oakiest, and it literally auto-corrected oakiest to Pakistan. I've literally never in my life typed Pakistan on my phone. 0 times in the history of Matt have I typed Pakistan. No, what I wanted to do. Oh my gosh. It literally, no, it didn't fix my look at it just changed it. Look at it says oakiest. It just changed oakiest to Pakistan. How is that a thing? No, oakiest. What in the world? All right. Text wife. Nachos. I'll make them in 15. All right. Jeez Louise. So this is where we're at. We've tasted 7 whiskeys. 7 whiskeys that for one reason or another no longer exist. We brought them back on this Halloween season. These super friggin' spooky whiskeys that no longer exist. Let's find out which ones are my favorite and which ones, honestly, none of them are bad. None of them are bad. I have, well, they're so close. They're so close. I'm gonna have to retaste maybe. I'll taste 1. Shit, 1, 3, 4, and 5. Damn it. Let me taste 5, 7, 6, 5. Tasting 5. Processing, learning, thinking, understanding, developing, conclusion. Done. That makes sense. Okay, so 4, 3, and 1. I'm going to go back to 1. See how this compares to 5. Oh, I don't know if there's going to be even a friggin' issue here. Oh, pleasure me with friggin' popsicles. That's good. So there's 2, 4, and 3. 2, 4, and 3. Gotta give this a second. Gotta give it a second. Number 1 is a friggin', it's a lingerer. It lingers around. Lots of Oakwood Forest. I don't know about that. Dude, Travis, I'm not reading that. Travis, never, ever will I read that. Never, Travis, will I ever read that. Never, ever. Do you know what you're doing for advent calendar yet? I'm doing the same thing. Minnesota Whiskey Elite advent calendar, like every single year. Going to do the same thing. Oh, did Cam and Jason leave now that I said that they need to squash it? They both left now? Damn. Maybe I shouldn't have said it. Maybe I shouldn't have said it. Oh, Drums and Jams is still good. Whew, I thought I lost 2 friends. No. Life's too short. That's all I gotta say. And I love you both. But I'll shut up. I'm done talking about it. But I can't. Why did I even talk about it in the first place? I don't know. Should have just ignored it. I can't not watch everything on WhiskeyTube and then it just friggin' not talk about it. Which one do I need to try again? I need to try 2, 3, 4. Let's try 2. This one smells like mentorship, I said. Yeah. Why does it have that? The weird thing about number 2 is it's like, it's wise in its ways, but like, weirdly enough, I'm going to be most surprised with what number 2 is. Because it has this dusty quality to it. It tastes like this antique whiskey that doesn't belong in this at all. I don't know where that came from. Which one has that in there? Who does number 2 work for? Austin Powers reference. Also, number 2, which makes a lot of sense. But like the second time I just tasted it, it gets kind of funky and weird, and like it's not necessarily the best thing to taste, but there is this quality to it that makes me so curious. Super curious. So I need to go 3 and 4 to determine a correct order. So this is 3. This is 4. 3 and left, 4 and right. Shit, that's good. That's gooder than damn. What happened here? Okay, well, the finish of it is all right. Falling off a little bit. Surprisingly, this flight is making me really happy. I knew I was going to like Sam Houston 15. I knew I'd like the Knob Creek. I don't even remember what's in here. There's 7 of them. And I knew that, like, I'm not going to dislike most of them. So the fact that these are, like, hanging in there and, like, putting up a fight and making me respect them, I'm putting some respect on these whiskeys from the grave. These friggin' old, like, forgotten about, no longer loved whiskeys. Or for other reasons, like Virtue Spirits. They just, violated a copyright or a trademark or whatever. But still not coming back unless it's by us. Number 4. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's close. It's close. I do have an order, though. That's 5. I gotta taste 5 again. All right, I have an order. In last place. Whew. Any of them spooky dark spices in here? Cam, I thought you... Okay, geez Louise, I gotta stop. Oh, freaking Jason's over here too. Heck yes. Everybody's still here. We're all having fun, and we're all getting along. Oh my gosh. I'm pulling my shorts up really high, and then slapping them down. So that's what we do when we mean business. In last place was number 6. It was the most muted and seemingly youngest, but I did appreciate it, and I thought it was, like, well balanced. I didn't dislike it. Nothing here made me do the ew face or the ick face or even the questionable face. The most questionable face in this entire flight of whiskeys from the grave that I made was a whiskey that actually finished very high in the flight because it was the most mysterious and, like, the most, like, I don't even know if it belongs there, but the one that made me go huh and the most finished high just because of that reason alone. Number 6 is letter, what the hell letter is that? F? What's F? What's letter F? Anybody know what F is? F came in last place. Dano from Wisconsin. Is there an advent calendar that you could sell to all your fans or members? We could do one together like a family. Or how the heck can us peasants buy a Minnesota Whiskey Advent? So the Minnesota Whiskey Elite is like a Facebook group, and it's a group of Minnesotans who so Damon and Daniel, they run the Minnesota Whiskey Elite. And man, how many years has it been? 4, 5, 4? I don't remember. 4 years? It's been a while. But they reached out and they were like, do you want to, like, shoot videos for our advent calendar? And then our viewers, like our members, will get to see, like, what they're tasting through your videos. And I was like, that sounds like fun. Fast forward 4 or 5 years, however long it's been. It's just a tradition. Like, they make the calendars and I taste through it with them, but they make extras for my Patreon group. Like, Patreon has, like, the more demand through Patreon every year, the more that they're, like, gonna make, the more that they'll make. The problem is they need to get, I don't know the number offhand, But like when they're building these boxes, like they need to acquire X amount of bottles of the same exact bottle to make so many calendars. Because what, there's 24 or 25 ounces in each bottle. So if they had to make 150 advent calendars, that would require 6 bottles of the exact same whiskey. If the problem is, if it's available to everybody, if there's an advent calendar that can be available to whoever wants one, that means that whatever whiskey is in the advent calendar is available to everyone because there's no limit. So the advent calendars wouldn't be like as unique or fun. So they make extra calendars each and every year for Patreon, and I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest right now, and I feel like I'm not complaining because I did it to myself, and the industry is like in decline a little bit, but this Advent season will be less. Will be easier to get a calendar than last year or the year before. My Patreon has shrank by like, I'd say, a third over the past year and a half. So it's going to be easier to get a calendar. They make extras each and every year, and then everyone who wants one, they get put into I put them into a randomizer. Like highest tiers get more entries. That's the way it works. But the Patreon shrank, so it's going to be easier to get a sample. So if you want to be in the running for that, just join the Patreon at any tier, and your name will be in it if you want. Because not everybody wants to buy a calendar, but a lot of people do. So what I'll say is, join Patreon. You have the option to opt in to buying one if your name is selected, and the chances of that are higher than they've been in the last 3 years. F is Fusion 2. Whew. So that's Bardstown Bourbon Company Fusion number 2, which I said was the most muted and seemingly the youngest. But if we incorporate the bottle, the freaking cork pop that came out of that, when we first started the stream, and I popped that baby open, and it had like 5 years of pressure released, that was like, never mind. I was going to make a joke about lovemaking and lack of lovemaking, and then like after a certain amount of time, it's like, okay, I'll stop. I'll definitely stop. I think there were like 30 just near Patreon this year. Okay. From for the Advents, yeah. So they make extras for my Patreon. They do it every year. In 6th place was, so these start to get closer now. So 7th place was like easily 7th, but it gets this like literally 6th through 2nd place gets much more toit. In 6th place is number 5, which I liked so much. 5 through 3 were super close. So on a different night, these could have went in different orders, but number 5 was, I said, strawberry cream savor, a little less oily than the others, but still really, really good. I liked it a lot. And 5 is actually the one I drink most of, is letter G. G, was that the Spirits of the Apocalypse? Was G Spirits of the Apocalypse? Oh, Fat Corn, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I'm sorry that these go so long. I don't mean for these to go so long, but they just go so long. Mr. Maverick and Porter, love your content, man. You definitely got to bring back a Tipsy Tuesday special one of these days. I don't know, Christian. If I ever batch shoot stuff at night, maybe we'll bring back a Tipsy Tuesday. I think the last Tipsy Tuesday I did was a lot of E.H. Taylor, and I fell asleep in the video. That could have been true. Could not have been true. Is G Spirits of the Apocalypse? Okay. So, Spirits of the Apocalypse beat out Bardstown Bourbon Company Fusion Series number 2. So far, not mad at the order. I think that this is going well for me. Also, Spirits of the Apocalypse, not a bad whiskey at all. If you can find a Spirits of the Apocalypse, the Walking Dead bourbon, and it's under $30, it's a buy. It's a buy, and I'm happy to say it. I think the first one I bought in 2019 was like $40. And it was too much then. It's too much now, even though 40 is like the new 80 or 80 is the new 40. But if you can find one for $30 or under, I'd say buy a Spirits of the Apocalypse. It's kind of fun. It's enjoyable. And it's actually a decent whiskey. In fifth place was glass number 3. And like I said, these are being separated by so much less. So number 5 and number 4, like the placings could have been flip-flopped. But tonight, in fifth place was number 3, which earned a score of 77. So number 3, 1, 2, 3. Letter A. What did I put in A? What was no, A wasn't the Knob Creek. Was A the Knob Creek? No. There's no friggin' way. No. Oh no. That's crazy talk. It's so good. That's 127 proof? All right. What the hell's even... All right, well, things are getting out of control early. Oh, boy. All right. That was fifth place. Fourth place is number 4, which you said was 8. So anyway, the notes I gave for that Knob Creek was spiced apple rings and marmalade. And so number 7, 6, 8. So fourth place was glass 4, which they called Dirty Cream Soda and Cherry Palette. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Which just it was a 7.7 versus 7.8 on the scale that I made. Just trying to figure out what was what. I'm not saying it's a 7.8 on my whiskey tasting scale in my videos. That's not true. I just basically went off the first thing I tasted and assigned it a score that went off of that. So anyway, in fourth place, right? Is that right? Fourth? Third? Yeah, so fourth place is letter D. What was in letter D? I don't know what was in D. Is that the Early Times? Did Early Times beat the Knob Creek? I mean, it obviously did. Belmead Reserve. Oh my gosh. Early Times Bottled and Bond is still alive. I don't even know what else is still alive. But Belmead Reserve, 108.3 proof, came in fourth place. It smells so good. All right, third place. So there's a little bit of a gap here. Now we're talking about a little bit of a gap. So fifth place, you have 7.7. Fourth place, the Belmead got a 7.8. We just jumped up to an 8.1. And 8.1 was number 2. And number 2 was the one that made me so confused because it was a dusty funk master, I called it. A wise whiskey. Someone you would go to for advice, good at mentorship. In 8.1, glass 2. Sample B. What was in sample B? Dano, thanks for the info. I'll be joining your Patreon as my wife allows me to. Thanks for the info. I'm also terrified of my wife if I make bad. Dude, Dano, I'm so with you there. You never, ever, ever want to disappoint, upset, or yeah, I get you. Early Times Bottled and Bond came in 3rd place. So that means that was, why does it have such a weird dusty note to it? I promise you. Okay. I'm going to send, there's several ounces in that bottle left. This bottle is not for me. The rest of this is not for me. I'm going to take this bottle and I'm going to send it to people who, in a blind, to people who, I'll send some to Jason. I'll send some to Cam. I'll send some to Shook and Sean. Ugh, Sean. I'll send some to Whiskyer, one of my new friends in whiskey, who looks like friggin' Anthony Pettis. Dustin Poirier had a baby. I will send some to him. I just want to get some blind notes on this. This literally has a weird dusty note to it that I never expected. It tastes, it has a dusty funk to it. Why? Why? I don't know. I do not know. That's weird to me. That's so weird to me. It tastes like a vintage whiskey, and it should not. Whatever. So that means in my brain, we have 2 left, and I know the order that they're going to go because I feel bad for these guys. Second place received a score of 8.3, and first place received a score of 9.0. So first place won by a long shot. Second place was close to the others, but was still above them by significant amount. I mean, if fourth place got a 7.8, third place got an 8.1, second place is an 8.3, first place is a 9.0. So the first glass I tasted got an 8.3, light, refreshing, yummy, yum, I said. Then I went back and tasted it again. This has got to be the friggin' Virtue Spirits Sagamore Bourbon. It's got to be. Glass C. The C? Yeah, C's got to be the friggin' Virtue Spirits. Well, so the funny thing is, the oakiness, Sam Houston 15 is phenomenal. And it won my Whiskey of the Year in 2022, I think. I think Sam Houston 15 was my 2022 Whiskey of the Year, or Bourbon of the Year at least. So the 5-year Sagamore Bourbon, if that's what C is. What's Thrasher saying? Holy crap, you're live tonight. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on, I got to turn on my mic. I'm live every Friday except for last Friday. Hold on. One more time. It's Thrasher. That's right. You could tell Sam Houston. Dan O, also for extra brownie points, so I get an advent calendar. I have liked approximately 96.2% of your YouTube videos. I take your warnings of not hitting the like button very seriously. I only cast a spell on you from my cauldron. So this must be, if it's C, if C is the Virtue Spirits, yeah. And I promise you, you saw me spin them. I had no idea what was what. So this the Sagamore distillate that Dan and Sean that they laid down, that's coming to age now, has got to be like this is. I haven't tried any of the Sagamore bourbon stuff since what 2 years now? 2 years ago. It's so good. That's so good. So the winner with a 9.0 is Glass E, which has got to be Sam Houston, I'm guessing. So Sam Houston 15 is the winner. Second place was the Virtue Spirits. I know that Evernorth lives on, but Virtue Spirits was friggin' buried because Anheuser-Busch, according to what Jason Kobe said in the music video, or music song of music. But yeah, so Virtue Spirits rose from the deep, dark depths of a creepy cemetery to come in second place to Sam Houston 15, which is obviously a tremendous whiskey. Tremendous. Buried in the bush. Kobe says I did research. Oh my God. Are you saying that Shook didn't do research? Is that what you're saying? 12 Summers is winner. Boo. Boo. Next week, 6-year channelversary. October 18th was my very first whiskey video on YouTube. And I'm going to put together a little montage of ADHD whiskey over the years. And next Friday, we're going to celebrate. So please be here next Friday. Tell your friends. Tell your friends to tell their friends. And also, there's this new feature on YouTube. And I just saw it the other day, actually in the airport when I was in St. Louis. It's called the Hype. So there's a like, comment, subscribe. But there's a thing called a Hype. Hype. You can hype a video. And hyping a video lets YouTube know that there are content creators under a certain amount of subscribers. I think it's under 100,000 subscribers that you want YouTube to hype their videos. So if you go to my video I dropped today, the best $50 bourbon video, if you go to that video and underneath the video where it says like, promote, like all these things under there, if you see something that says hype, it's free and you get a certain amount per month as a YouTube viewer. Hype that video to see if it helps, because according to YouTube, hyping a video should help, like more than a like. It's actually like telling YouTube to hype this person, to like actually make this person more viewable to their audience. And what I saw it on was like true crime. My wife and I watch some true crime stuff together. She also watches a lot of it by herself. But like I see new like content creators once in a while in the true crime place. And then I saw this one chick who was doing true crime stuff recently, but she's asking her viewers to hype her videos. And I saw that it was like, I never saw her videos before, but all her videos were getting hyped and then they got brought to a new audience. And I think that's what I need is for YouTube to show my videos to new people, because they're not being seen by new people. They're being seen by the same people or less than the same people. So I've never seen hype a video on my end ever. I've looked several times and they might not show everybody it. But if you see an option that says hype, I would love it if you clicked it just to hype one of my videos. Let YouTube know that my shit's worth watching if you feel that way. If you don't feel that way, then hype. Give Jason from the Mash and Drum a hype, and Cameron from Drums and Drams your other hype, just so that you stay friggin', what do you call it? Neutral. There's a country. Crap. Can't remember. Anyway, other than that, next Friday, 6-year channelversary. Love you guys so much. I'm out of here. I'm going to make some nachos for my wife and I, and I'm going to turn this heat off because I'm sweating through this Reebok shirt. And it's going to smell because it's not made out of natural material. Synthetic, and synthetic stinks. Congrats, Sam Houston, for winning. Congrats to Virtue Spirits for remaining relevant even though you're friggin' not ever coming back. And congrats to me for having the viewers that I have, the patrons I have, the people who watch my videos, I love you all so much. From day one until now, I can't thank you enough. You mean the world to me. Thank you for spending your Friday nights with me. Thank you for spending any minute of your day with me. I honestly and truly appreciate it, and I can't thank you enough. And watch the Bourbon Junkies golf video, because I want to start doing some long form content. And when I see their viewership on their long form content, I rethink it. But go show them some love and click on their golf video and watch it throughout. But hype my videos before anything else. All right, I'm out of here. See you next Friday. Will there be spooky videos between that, like then and now? Yeah, for sure. But until then, my name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your mind on, I don't know, going with the season, making things super spooky, and playing music throughout your live stream, even if your mom doesn't love it. I'm out of here. Good night, guys.